Hello, everyone. Welcome to our August RepuGen user group meeting. This is a roundtable for where we're going to be sharing what's new, what's coming, and of course, it's your chance to weigh in. My name is Lauren Parr. I'm co-founder and product director here at RepuGen, and I'm thrilled to be spending this time with you all today. We've got a mix of updates, success stories, and some powerful tips that you can start using right away. And as always, we'll leave plenty of time at the end of the webinar for questions and feedback so we can keep building tools and solutions that meet your practice's specific needs. Real quick, I wanted to introduce myself. So for those of you who I haven't met yet, I've been with RepuGen for over 6 years, almost 7 years now. My role as product director means that I get to spend time listening to feedback from our clients and prospects, working with our team to build solutions that really make a difference and making sure that every product launch we roll out actually solves a real problem for our clients. So what I really love most about these sessions is that I get to learn from you, whether you're a current RepuGen client or just curious about what we offer. I'm excited to share more about what we have going on and learn more from your insights, answer questions, and explore how we can better serve you. So before we jump in, I'd like to just quickly go over our agenda for today. We'll start with a quick overview of RepuGen. So everyone, whether you're a longtime client or just exploring options, has the same foundational understanding of what it is that we do. Next, we'll look at what you can do with RepuGen and product tips that are working right now based on what we're seeing across our top performing clients. Then I'll walk you through some of our next roadmap updates, what's coming next and how your feedback has shaped those priorities. We'll also look at some real client results so you can see what's possible. And then we'll open up our QA chat and we'll talk about questions and share next steps that you can take. So real quick, I want to go over our mission and vision here at RepuGen. First off, our mission is to empower healthcare providers and patients alike by bridging the gap between patient satisfaction and online reputation through innovative tools, data-driven insights, and education, ultimately revolutionizing healthcare reputation management. What we've seen in the industry is typically the actual patient satisfaction is not being accurately reflected in your online reviews unless you're doing something to generate reviews from your happy patients. A lot of times the most vocal patients without some sort of mechanism to ask for reviews are the few unhappy patients that are the most vocal. So with RepuGen, we've really made it our mission to bridge the gap and ensure that your online reviews are being accurately represented. Our vision is also simple but powerful. We essentially want to empower healthcare providers to build trusted reputations founded on transparency and patient trust. Again, that's just ensuring that your online reviews are accurate. So everything that we do, from the smallest workflow to our biggest new feature, is anchored in that mission and vision. So I just wanted to share that as we talk about some of these new product rollouts. And to quickly give a overview, just a refresher on what RepuGen helps you do, whether you're a solo practice or a multi-site medical group or part of a larger, IPA, our goal is to give you the tools to collect patient feedback, improve patient satisfaction, grow your online reputation, all while staying HIPAA compliant and also allowing you to automate that process. One of the core things RepuGen does is help you collect reviews and feedback from patients effortlessly. So we make it easy to reach patients through text and email after their visit so you can get authentic responses from patients quickly. This not only helps grow your online reviews, but also ensures that they accurately reflect your overall patient satisfaction. Again, preventing a small handful of unhappy voices from shaping your reputation. From there, you can also monitor and manage your reviews and listings across major platforms that are important to the patients in one place. So there's going to be no more bouncing between Google, Healthgrades, Facebook, etc. to see what your patients are writing in your reviews. You can monitor and manage everything in one spot. And when those reviews do come in, our solution ReplyWise, which is a smart AI review response tool, helps compose responses to reviews without losing the human touch. So basically, that means you can acknowledge every patient in a streamlined manner with responses that are making sense to the review, and it helps you to save time because it comes up with those proposed responses. You can edit them as you see fit and then easily publish them to the review sites. We also have our sentiment analysis tool, CommentWiz. So this helps you go beyond just reading or scanning through tens, if not hundreds or thousands of reviews. With CommentWiz, you can analyze your patient's sentiment, easily identify trends, uncover insights, and this can all help you drive real improvements in patient experience by identifying the key drivers of what patient satisfaction is and the key drivers of patient dissatisfaction, if there is any, so that you can address those. You can also use our multi-question survey tool to help you gather deeper insights to the questions that you might want to know more about. So more than just a rating, you can learn the why behind patient satisfaction or dissatisfaction, so you can make targeted changes that matter. We also offer same-day alerts on reviews to keep you informed as soon as patient feedback comes in. So with negative feedback notifications, you can quickly take action and recover service before issues escalate. So this really means as soon as a patient has a negative experience, they're able to vent that frustration with the RepuGen platform. You will be notified in real time of that, negative experience, and you'll have the ability with the tools within RepuGen to contact them directly and track their service recovery or their your retention protocol to make sure that every single experience that is not positive is being addressed so that you can retain them with your practice. And because we know performance tracking is key, you can track trends by provider and location and also by the organization as a whole. So this really helps you to ensure that you're celebrating top performers or giving support where it's needed. All right, so now that we've kind of given a quick overview of the core ways that RepuGen supports your organization and what it is that we do, I want to share some very practical tips that are working right now for practices, multi-site groups, IPAs that are using RepuGen, and these are strategies you can put into action today. So these are based on what we've seen from some of our most successful users. So they're not just theory, they're tested and proven, and we've kind of identified and pinpointed them to work across different specialties and organization sizes. So the first product tip that I want to talk about is monitoring your Net Promoter Score, or NPS. If you're familiar with RepuGen, you'll know in your dashboard, it's also known as your Repu score. So basically what a Net Promoter Score is, it's based on a 0 through 10 scale, and it's a patient loyalty metric that measures how likely patients are to recommend your practice to others. So if a patient's rating out of 10 is low, anything below a 7 or a 5, depending on your standards, it's often a sign that an issue is there that hasn't surfaced publicly. So this is where the service recovery can really turn the tide. Reaching out right away to patients who rate poorly shows them that you care and can often change their perception completely and even retain them with the practice if they were to otherwise go elsewhere for their healthcare services if they had a negative experience. Another tip is to streamline your review acquisition by integrating your RepuGen account with your EMR or practice management system. Having integration really just automates the entire process and it ensures that it runs like clockwork. We've really seen that timing is key. So sending your review requests right after a patient visit while their experience is still fresh, we've seen consistently drives the highest response rates based on client data. So we've really seen our clients that are integrated with their EMR practice management system are performing at a higher rate than all of our clients that are manually uploading patient data. And we completely understand, it's everyone's busy and it's one more thing to manually upload, patient data to your account. So if you are able to integrate your EMR practice management system not only does it decrease your workload, but it also will improve your RepuGen results in the long run. Another tip to enhance your review process is to use follow-up multi-question surveys that go just beyond the standard 0 through 10 NPS rating or short feedback that they're able to leave. You can ask follow-up questions in order to provide valuable context and uncover actionable insights that you'd simply probably not get from just a 0 through 10 NPS rating and a small feedback box. So with these custom multi-question surveys, we've seen our clients create all different types of surveys, whether they're thinking about potentially opening a new practice and want to know what location or what times would be best for them, or they want to learn more about the patient satisfaction experience as a whole. They can pinpoint, how was their experience with the front desk? What was their experience with billing? They can ask more of these follow-up questions and get more valuable, actionable insights from the multi-question surveys in addition to the essential review process. Fourth, you can set up same-day alerts for negative feedback. This is another layer of the service recovery process, but this small action really pays off. So instead of discovering a problem that a patient might have had days or weeks later when they leave it as a negative review, with RepuGen, you can address this negative feedback that they have when they answer their NPS survey before it actually affects patient trust or before they feel the need to go and leave that as a negative review online. And I wanted to share a really interesting fact. Our clients who use RepuGen and are currently using the service recovery process, they report retaining over 80% of those unhappy patients after they perform the service recovery process. So those patients who were likely otherwise going to try to switch providers since they had a negative experience, where we've seen that 80% of them are being retained, 80% or more are being retained after using the service recovery process. And another tip is to track your review trends by location and provider. This lets you, celebrate your top performers, share their best practices, and identify where a little extra training or support can make a difference. I've seen our clients even reward certain providers based on their RepuGen RepuScore, and can even base promotions on these scores as well. So really ingraining this as a part of your provider performance, I've seen, has been extremely helpful to clients in ensuring that you're able to celebrate top performers and again identify support that's needed for performers that are not in the top. And finally, the last tip is to make sure that no review goes unanswered and that every comment is actually put to use. So again, ReplyWise helps you respond to all of your reviews efficiently while keeping responses personalized. And CommentWiz makes it easy to turn large volumes of feedback into clear, actionable takeaways. So we're really wanting to leverage these different solutions to ensure that the feedback that patients are giving you and the reviews that they're giving you are not just sitting and they're actually being utilized. So these 6 tips are simple but powerful. When we combine them, they really create a great feedback loop that drives improvement, builds patient trust, strengthens your online reviews. And again, these are the top things that we're seeing our top clients do. So we wanted to share them as tips today so that you can leverage them as well. One of the things that we just discussed was being intentional about your review solicitation method and how it really makes a big difference in volume of reviews and quality of reviews that you can receive. So to give more clarity, I want to look at some of our different review solicitation options available in RepuGen and how each one performs so that you can make an informed decision about which review solicitation method is best for your practice. So on the slide here, I have the 3 different review solicitation options. These are the main ones that our clients use with RepuGen. So first, I want to focus on our standard review solicitation survey. This is RepuGen's standard baseline. It really collects internal feedback from both happy and unhappy patients by capturing an NPS score. And like we talked about, it enables service recovery while soliciting for reviews. So while this particular review solicitation option has lower conversion rates compared to the other two options that RepuGen provides, it still generates review at a competitive industry rate. So this option is really best if your priority is not just generating reviews, but also capturing positive testimonials that you can post on your website, learning more with detailed patient feedback to reward providers and support service recovery. Next, I want to talk about our quick rating and review survey. So this approach actually converts reviews at about a 2.3 times the rate of the baseline survey. So with a positive higher review rate and lower negative review rate than our standard. So while this version still does allow for service recovery and collects an NPS score, the only drawback is that it does not capture internal positive feedback from patients. There, in part, it does not capture those RepuGen testimonials that you can publish on your website. So this is really a good middle ground for practices that want more reviews without sacrificing the ability to respond to unhappy patients for retention and have the ability to perform service recovery. And finally, our last review solicitation option is our review only solicitation. So this is really designed purely to maximize review volume. This option converts at a 2.5 times rate higher than the baseline review solicitation survey. So while it does generate a higher number of reviews that are typically positive, it does not collect that internal patient feedback or NPS score, so it does have a limited service recovery functionality. This option is really best suited for organizations that are focused solely on public review growth, or if they already have an NPS survey that's implemented with another solution that they might be using. For example, it could be their EMR that has one built in. They could use this in addition to that and really drive just, requesting for reviews and not getting that NPS score or that negative internal feedback to perform service recovery. So I wanted to take some time to go over these options today, just because, ultimately the right option for how you want to solicit reviews really depends on your goals. So whether you want to maximize review volume, focus on service recovery, or balance a little bit of both with reputation growth and getting that meaningful patient feedback, that's really what it depends on. The right option depends on your goals. So before we get into what's next, let's quickly pause and hear from you. So we've walked through some of the different product tips that are driving results for healthcare organizations right now, from NPS tracking and review acquisition to smart replies and instant alerts. I'd like to take a quick poll. So let me pull it up really quickly. So if you go into the Zoom section, you'll be able to see a poll that I just popped up here. I just launched it. Which of these have the biggest impact for you in the next 6 months? So think about your current challenges. Is it getting more reviews? Is it responding to patients faster? Is it gaining better insights from the feedback you're already collecting? Your responses here help us understand where your priorities are so we can focus on what's most useful for you. So I'm just going to give a moment here, maybe another 30 seconds or so, to go ahead and get some more responses here. But depending on what's most important to you, we'll take the answers of this poll and apply it for our product roadmap. All right, just another 10 seconds. If anybody's still working on answering the poll, go ahead and submit your answers now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. Thank you so much for participating here, we will use that feedback for our product roadmap. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and talk about our roadmap. So let's take a look forward. Our roadmap, like we've talked about earlier, it's not built in a vacuum. It's really shaped by what our clients and prospective clients tell us that you need. And today is really a big part of that process. So the solutions that we're going to share are designed to make RepuGen faster, smarter, more impactful, easier to use, all for your daily workflows. So some of these ideas may already be on your wish list and some may be completely new, but so you know, all of them have come from feedback from our community. So here is a closer look at what is coming soon with RepuGen. Again, all shaped by feedback from our clients in sessions like this one. First is a survey builder. So this will actually be a completely new and improved way to create and manage both review solicitation and multi-question surveys right from your dashboard. So we're really focused on improving the user experience so that you'll be able to either choose from templates, copy existing surveys, upload your own questions, or even use artificial intelligence to help you design your review solicitation surveys and your multi-question surveys with RepuGen. So you'll be able to create custom surveys for specific providers, locations, or service lines, and manage every step of the process instantly, all in one area. We've seen feedback from some of our clients that, we have the text survey in one area and the email survey in one area, and it would be great to have a process to streamline that, have it all in one spot. So that's really what we're focusing on, is creating this new and improved way to create and manage your RepuGen review solicitation and multi-question surveys. And speaking of a builder, we also have another builder. This is our report builder that's coming soon. So this is really going to help you get your data your way. So instead of being limited to our preset reports or needing to request a custom report, you'll now be able to build your own, choosing exactly the metrics, filters, and layouts that you want. You'll be able to preview results instantly and schedule automated delivery so that the insights that matter most are always at your fingertips. So it's really enabling you to have reporting on your terms faster and more flexible than ever. So again, this has been something that's been requested by many clients. They'll send us over a report that they're looking for. And of course, we're always willing to help create custom reports, but now we want to enable them to be able to build them at any time within the dashboard in an easy user interface. So that's one that I am extremely excited about. Next, I want to talk about our upcoming new dashboard. So again, we've heard feedback and are making the dashboard easier than ever to use. So we'll be coming out with a cleaner, more modern interface that puts your most important key performance metrics front and center. You'll log in and instantly see trends in your patient sentiment, review activity, and performance across locations without having to dig. But those who love the current dashboard, don't worry, we will have a toggle where you'll be able to either decide if you want to use the new dashboard, you can toggle to use the new one, or if you want to stay on the existing one, you can do that too. So we want to keep in mind the clients that love the current layout, but while also ensuring that we're listening to the feedback for those that are looking for a more modern and easier to use interface. Next, I want to talk about Chat Now MD. So this is actually a really exciting new upcoming patient engagement app that's going to make it easy to connect directly with your patients in real time. So this is an app that's going to enable you to message patients, build stronger relationships through faster, more personal communication, and it's all HIPAA compliant and encrypted to ensure that you're able to chat with them in a secure manner. And finally, last but not least, of course, we have usability and performance improvements. So we're continuously improving the RepuGen experience based on our clients' feedback. Two areas that we're focused on right now are dashboard usability and system load times. So you'll have a smoother, faster platform every time you log in. Again, all of these upcoming solutions are really designed to give you more control, sharper insights, faster ways to act on feedback, Whether you're improving patient experience, increasing review volume, or strengthening your competitive edge, we really want to implement these different things. But before we do, we want to get your thoughts on them. So, which ones specifically stand out for you? Which ones make the difference in your day-to-day life? Is there something you'd like to see that there's not here yet? This roadmap really works best when we build it together. So with that, I'd like to take a quick poll. All right, I just went ahead and launched our product development priority poll. So based on the ones that we just went over, let me know which is the biggest and you're going to make the difference for you in your day-to-day work. Vote on which one that you're most excited about. Or if there's something else that you're really looking for that it hasn't been announced in our product development roadmap today, you can vote for something else and you can share your idea in the chat or Q&A. I'll go ahead and give about a minute for us to take the poll. All right, just another 10 seconds if there's anybody still deciding between these different options here. Looks like we're excited for the report builder, the new dashboard, the messaging app. Everything's got a little bit of excitement, but the most exciting are the report and new dashboard. So we will add those to the top of the priority list based on our feedback here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. Thank you everyone for your assistance there. Now I want to go ahead and just connect all of this back to some results. So I want to share some real numbers from our real clients. Let's take a look at a real world example that shows what happens when these best practices all come together. So one of our clients, Golden State Dermatology, had a strong online reputation, but really wanted that to reflect online as well, or they had a strong offline reputation. They knew that their patients were happy, but before starting with us, they had about 3,900 reviews and a 3.8 star rating. And this is really where we see, the most vocal patients being maybe the ones that are not the most satisfied. So through RepuGen and through structured review acquisition, their instant alerts for feedback, performing service recovery with consistent follow-ups, they have scaled their reviews to nearly 15,000 and improved their star rating to an average of 4.4 stars. So it's really not just about the numbers, it's about creating and using this system that builds patient trust and keeps improving over time to again help ensure that their patient satisfaction is being accurately represented. Another quick example I wanted to share is Memorial Care Medical Group. They started with just a little over 2,700 reviews and a 3.9 star rating. And we know from our market research, patients are really looking for a minimum of a 4 on a online review site to even consider selecting a healthcare provider or practice. So they're just under that threshold when they started. But by automating their review requests, monitoring their net promoter scores, and following up fast on issues, they experienced exponential growth, as you can see here. So they now have over 48,000 reviews and a stellar 4.8 star average. So this kind of transformation really happens when, again, the feedback collection, engagement, and service recovery are all working together as part of one process. All right, so thank you everyone so much for attending today. I want to recap some of our key takeaways from our roundtable. First, proactive feedback management works. So monitoring your NPS, your Net Promoter Score, and setting up instant alerts allows you to address concerns before they hurt patient trust, and you can see improve your own online reviews over time. Second, end-to-end engagement drives growth. So getting more reviews is only the start. Responding at scale and analyzing them with tools like ReplyWise and CommentWiz really turns that feedback into action. And third, the roadmap is built for you. So everything we've shown today is either a proven workflow already delivering results or a solution requested by our user community that is currently in the roadmap and coming soon. So now I would love to take some time to hear from you. So what questions do you have about what we've covered? Is there a roadmap feature you want to explore more or learn more about in detail, or maybe a tip you'd like to hear more about? So please ask any of the questions that you might have in the Q&A section of the chat, and we'll take some time to address them. Okay, we've got our first question. How close are you to the report builder and dashboard functionality? Yeah, really great question. So these features are both currently on our development server. So they have been created, the UI is created, but they're currently being tested internally. And before we launch them, we'll want to beta test them with a select number of clients and ensure that their feedback is addressed and looks good before we launch it to the rest of the client group. So we can definitely keep you updated to ensure that you could potentially be one of those beta clients that are testing. But it's near the end of development and it's going to be beta tested very soon. Another question we have is, I have a small practice and my team is already stretched thin. Would using RepuGen mean a lot more daily work for my team? So that is a really common concern, especially for smaller practices. The good thing is RepuGen is really designed to help you save time, not add additional work. Once it's set up, things like, sending your review requests and collecting feedback really run automatically in the background. So you don't have to manually track who to follow up with. Our system does it for you and sends you automated notifications. That really helps to streamline the process for you. So I wouldn't worry about a lot more daily work for your team. It's actually, again, designed to help save you time. Okay, another question. In the case studies you shared, what was the average time frame for seeing significant improvements in review volume and ratings? Great question. So at the top of my head, I believe Golden State Dermatology and Memorial Care both started seeing results right away. And we saw a 30 to 40% increase in review volume by the end of their first year. It's really worth noting that factors including practice size, specialty, how frequently, patients are new versus repeat patients, it really plays a large role in your results. So while we can't make direct promises about what kind of growth you will see, we typically do see improvement in our clients' online reputation right away and big impacts within the first few months of using RepuGen, again, depending on your patient volume. Another question, how will the new survey builder integrate with your current feedback workflows? Will we need to start from scratch? Really good question. So the survey builder will work directly within your existing RepuGen dashboard. So you don't need to worry about rebuilding your feedback processes. When we launch this new feature, you'll already have your existing surveys within the builder, but now you can adjust them. You can copy your current surveys and create a duplicate to make edits to it, or even select from pre-made templates. So it's not going to require you to start from scratch. You'll have more control over not only the customization of your current survey content, but also the updates that you want to make and the distribution and cadence of the workflows as well. Okay, another question. What makes CommentWiz better than normal sentiment analysis tools? Yeah, so Comment Whiz doesn't just score sentiment as positive, neutral, or negative. It actually categorizes the different reviews and patient feedback by theme or by entity. So things like wait time, staff, professionalism, cleanliness, it will actually give you the sentiment analysis based on those different themes and identify patterns. So this really helps you identify recurring issues, see what your practice is doing well, and makes it easier to figure out what you can do to improve patient experience. On top of that, CommentWiz is a proprietary tool that's been trained by millions of healthcare specific comments. So while a normal sentiment analysis tool might be a tool that's reviewing and analyzing feedback from all different types of industries, our specific sentiment analysis tool has only been trained using healthcare specific comments. Okay, do you guys offer a free demo or something so we can test before buying? Yeah, so funny you say that. I will be covering that in just a second. And I'd actually, let me see, let's give one more minute to see if there's any other questions. And if not, I can segue into talking about our demo process and also next steps for attendees. All right, so since it seems like there's no more questions, I want to quickly segue into next steps. So first, before we jump into that, I want to just take a moment to introduce or reintroduce the team behind our platform. So RepuGen isn't just a set of tools, it's really a group of people working every day to make sure that you get the most out of it. So we have our product, engineering, and marketing teams building and improving our features, our customer success team making sure you're supported at every step, and our leadership team listening to feedback and shaping our roadmap around it. So, one of the big reasons we do sessions like this is to keep that connection between our team and you. So, you know the people behind the features, and we hear directly from you and what's working and what needs attention. So, with that brief introduction to the team, I want to quickly talk about, what to do next depending on where you are today. So, if you're already using RepuGen, I want to take a moment to just encourage you to book a strategy check-in with your account manager. We're currently offering clients who attended this roundtable 3 months free of our marketing and patient satisfaction add-ons. So don't forget to let your account manager know about that so they can add on those features to your account completely for free for the three months, and there's no obligation to keep them, but it's just a way for us to say thank you for attending, thank you for giving us your feedback, and we want to enable you to try out some of these other features to see if there's something that could be valuable there for you. And also, if you have any other feedback or any other questions that weren't able to get answered today, please share them with your account manager. They're always willing and looking forward to learning more from our clients. You can also email us at info@repugen.com with your feedback if you're unsure of who your account manager is or if you want to take advantage of that 3 month free promo. And then finally, if you're still evaluating, if you're not currently a RepuGen client yet, you can book a one-on-one walkthrough of our platform. We do have a free demo, so if you visit our website, you'll be able to just click any of our call to actions and it will lead you to book a free demo. You even are able to select our sales team's calendar and schedule the demo depending on your best availability. We also, if you start that process with us, we have an ROI, a return on investment calculator, so that you can estimate your potential results with RepuGen. You can also try our Review Pulse plan for free for 3 months. Essentially, the Review Pulse plan is just a tool to help you monitor new reviews, and you can get that completely for free for 3 months. So just visit www.repugen.com to book a demo and claim these offers, and we will be happy to help you with that. Okay, so with that, thank you all so much for attending today. Again, your time and feedback are really what make these sessions valuable. So both for us and for our entire RepuGen community. All attendees who came or registered to the session today, we will send you a recording of today's sessions, and feel free to reach out to us more about the resources we discussed so you can review them and share them with your team. We're looking forward to seeing what you do next in the building of the future RepuGen together. So thanks again and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.